2023 is on used water management in small cities. So with this, I would hand it over to Ms. Rupa Mishra, Mission Director at SBMU and Joint Secretary. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. At the outset, I would like to welcome all of you to the fifth one in the series of Swachh Talks that is hosted by Swachh Bharat Mission as a unique initiative of peer learning. We have indeed moved forward in 2014 when we started this journey. Honorable Prime Minister gave a call for sanitation across India, and all of us saw incredible public participation, innovation, and high scaling up as far as the interventions in this sector are concerned. Having moved ahead for 8 years, we now see that there is a strong jump to the next level of implementation, which is going beyond sanitation to sustainable sanitation. That is, incorporating principles of safe collection, transportation, containment, treatment, and most importantly, recycling and reusing of used water. This, along with our journey of interventions in solid waste management, is what we call as India's journey to the next level of garbage-free cities. Friends, in this budget, the Union Budget 23-24, we have seen Honorable Finance Minister place very clearly the priorities for the nation. First was the emphasis on waste to wealth. Second, a very strong emphasis on circularity, which includes solid waste as well as liquid waste. The third was a very high focus on tier 2 and tier 3, filling up of gaps in infrastructure development, for which an announcement for a new scheme, Urban Infrastructure Development Fund, was also made. Along with that, there was also very high focus on circular economy, meaning propelling growth using circularity in solid and liquid waste. Today, on the occasion of World Water Day, I think it is very pertinent for all of us to come together, again, share our journey, share our learnings, and get together in the resolve as to how do we contribute in our own way towards cleanliness of water bodies, rejuvenation of water bodies, maintaining our water resources, the used water which comes out from our cities. How do we manage those? Today we have here with us 14 champion cities of India which are Water Plus certified already. If these 14 cities could do it, we also feel that we can move ahead with the aspirational goal that we have, that by 2026, 100% of our cities will be ODF++, and at least 50% of the cities Water Plus. We are also seeing a large number of urban clusters that are growing in different cities. Can we have these urban clusters as zero discharge colonies? So we have picked up a few threads like this, put it together, and I'm happy to see that large number of cities. I think we've crossed around 340, 50 cities already, and more are joining. We have taken a large number of panelists with a wide variety of experience. I will now request Professor Chari to please moderate this very interesting and exciting session on the occasion of World Water Day. My thanks to all of you, and we look forward to listening from each one of you. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you for this opportunity. First of all, happy World Water Day to all the panelists, Joint Secretary, as well as all the cities who are participating, and cities and other stakeholders participating on this important panel. My name is Srinivas Chari, and I have the privilege of moderating today's conversation, Swachh Talk, which is primarily focusing on used water management. Friends, this year's theme of the World Water Day is about accelerating change to solve the water and sanitation challenges. Unlike the global definition, they call it as a crisis. Thanks to Swachh Bharat Mission and other interventions, I won't say that we are going through a crisis, but we need to accelerate the journey. So it is in this context of acceleration how smartly and how efficiently we can use the used water to reduce the water footprint, reduce the pressure on the fresh water resources, I think is something very unique that India is doing. And I'm very, very happy that we're all having this conversation on the occasion of the World Water Day. So today we have a very, very practical stories. These are not theoretical conversations. Thanks to the ministry, this with a single purpose, how we can accelerate this. And so, without taking much time, I would now request Shri K. Srinivasan,
Sir Chari, I
Water and
request keep
Sanitation
another source
Specialist from
also
US.
because your audio is coming sometime not clear. So keep another internet connection source also because conversation is 2 hours long. So such type of things will slightly disturb. Thank you.
So Mr. R.K. Srinivasan could start off.
I would request Sri R.K. Srinivasan sir to kindly start with his talking about how you will be preparing smaller cities for use water reuse, sir. So if you could share your experiences on the same, sir. Kindly start, sir.
Unmute. Please unmute yourself. Unmute, please. Yes, please speak up now.
Okay. Thanks for this opportunity. I am Srinivasan and I am from the USA, from the American Embassy. So we work very closely with the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. First of all, let me begin by congratulating the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs on organizing this webinar on the World Water Day. Used water or wastewater is one of the most significant components in achieving the Sustainable Development Goal 6.2. This webinar is very timely, not only from the point of view of the World Water Day, but also to start a dialogue towards helping the smaller cities in India to adopt a more integrated approach to used water management and while embedding the principle of circular economy. And we also know the Indian population is growing, especially India is getting urbanized. With more India getting urbanized, we will see the demand of water as well as the production of wastewater will increase. And water demand, and also we know most of the water is coming from the rural areas. So it will lead to the increase in demand of irrigation water and also water for the drinking purpose. And it will almost double by 2010 and 2050. While the industrial and energy sector, the demand will rise to about 5 times to 25 times respectively. So there is a huge demand which you are going to face in the coming years. And with the rise in number of the incidents of water shortage across the country, it is important to think where will the additional water coming from. And also we know almost most of our groundwater is exploited and we have a lot of dark zones in India. And the government of India had made significant progress in the area of addressing the infrastructural gaps in the wastewater management. Our efforts has largely been concentrated on larger cities with a population of more than 1 lakh. The SDM2 is a wonderful opportunity for the small cities to address the used water challenge. In addition, the SPM2 has also mandated cities to achieve Water Plus certification, which essentially encourages smaller cities to move from treated to reuse of treated water. It will also motivate the smaller cities to think and plan for integrated circular economy principles in their used water management projects. However, we will need to be cognizant of the capacity requirements to first help themselves understand about the circular economy, and then provide capital building, capacity building, and technical support and handholding to move towards the reuse of treated water. Also, in the case of several cities, there are industrial clusters located in the vicinity. The smaller cities could pool to their water used infrastructure projects to bulk suppliers, and the water can be supplied to the industrial. For example, in Chennai, we find that the treated water is used for the Chennai fertilizer company for cooling towers. And in many bigger cities, we are currently seeing, like in Nagpur, also it goes to the power plant also. So there is a lot of demand in the industrial area also for the treated wastewater. And to sum up, I believe that SBM 2.4 is a wonderful opportunity to allow smaller cities to extend the circular economy principle in the planning and design of used water management projects right from the beginning. All this will require extensive support and push to the thinking. I will like to again congratulate Mahua and especially Madam Rupa Mishra for her vision in this direction and organizing a webinar on such an important topic. Thank you once again for the opportunity given to us for presenting our views on the same. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Srinivasan. Chorese sir, can you hear me now?
We are able to hear.
Thank you very much. So thank you, Mr. Srinivasan, for your opening remarks on the relevance of used water management. Sorry, friends, my network was giving a bit of problem, so apologies for that. Now I invite Mr. Singh, Chief Engineer Shailendra Singh, Chief Engineer, Haryana Public Health Engineering Department, to share his experience on used water management at scale at a statewide level. Very unique experience of scaling up used water management strategy, not in one or few cities, but across the state. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chari. Good afternoon, all participants. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you all on the World Water Day, which is being celebrated all over the world since 1993. I am Shailendra Singh. I am working as Chief Engineer here in Public Health Engineering Department of Haryana. A little bit of Public Health Engineering Department. Our department is basically looking after water supply and sewerage facilities in all the towns of Haryana. And besides that, we are also looking after supply of drinking water in all the villages of Haryana. We have taken considerable steps in treatment of wastewater, sewage water, and then we have also initiated steps in reusing the treated wastewater. So I'll be sharing my presentation. Please wait for a while till I share. Is my screen visible to you?
Yes, sir, it's visible, sir.
Thank you. So thank you, organizers, for giving me the opportunity to share the work which Haryana has done in utilizing the used wastewater. Some basic facts. My presentation will go in a way. First of all, initially, I'll be giving very brief about what we have achieved in constructing the treatment plants. There are about 90 towns in Haryana. About 70 towns are having population less than 1 lakh, and 20 towns are having population more than 1 lakh. So there are small towns more, and we are focusing on these small towns for using the wastewater. So what I say is that in used water management is a newly added component in Swachh Bharat Mission 2.0, wherein it has been specifically told that no treated used wastewater should be discharged into the open environment. Now, Haryana is one of the leading states to notify the reuse of treated wastewater policy way back in 2019, which aims to use 80% of the treated wastewater by the end of year 2030. But rather, in a last meeting, which was held under the chairmanship of our Chief Minister, our Chief Minister stressed upon that by 2030, we should use total 100% of treated wastewater. Presently, in the urban areas, we are generating about 1506 mld of wastewater, and we are having 170 STPs with the capacity of 1985 mld. So the capacity of sewage treatment plant is more than the sewage generated at present. And the what is the utilization? Our utilization is about 1346 mld of wastewater we are receiving in our STPs, and we are treating it. So, which is about 68% against the 28% average of the country. Though we are facing problems in our operation and maintenance of STPs, our STPs are highly skilled STPs, which are mostly based on MBBR technology or SBR technology. So highly skilled labor is required for running these STPs. Then we have some problems of low house connections. We have to continuously motivate the households to take the sewer connections because they are reluctant to take the sewage connections. Though some of them have illegally joined into our network, but they have not taken it properly. There are mushrooming informal and unapproved colonies. It is a big challenge for us. Then in small towns, because still there are dairies, so handling of cow dung is also one of the main challenge. This is the brief of our STPs. There are various other departments also, like Huda in newly urban areas. It is creating STPs. In Gurugram, we have Gamada. In industrial areas of the towns, we have HSIIDC. So this is the breakup, but mostly 120 STPs are being constructed and maintained by PHDD department. We are having STPs under construction also. We are upgrading our STPs, which were earlier designed for 30 BOD, but what we are now upgrading those STPs also for less than 10 BOD and other standards. Then we have these are the standards which we are planning while constructing our STPs. The norms have been prescribed by Haryana State Pollution Control Board, and these are same as per the NGT orders of 2019. This is the breakup of STPs. We are having two STPs of USB technology, which was the old technology. Then we have activated sludge process, two STPs. Most of the STPs are of MBBR technology, and 36 STPs are of SBR technology. These MBBR technologies, because since we have to use this treated wastewater for mainly for agricultural purposes, so we are upgrading these STPs also. This is the brief highlights of our wastewater policy. The aims are it's maximizing the collection and treatment of sewage. Second aim is to promote the treated wastewater as an economic resource. So we have fixed the charges also for wastewater supplies. Then treatment of collected sewage as per the prescribed standards by Haryana State Pollution Control Board. We target to treat 100% of the collected sewage and progressively increase the reuse rate to 50% by 2025 and to 80% by 2030. Now, what is the importance of treated wastewater in irrigation? We are basically an agricultural economy, Haryana, and the smaller towns, because what I told you that there are about 70 smaller towns, so there is not much of industries in that areas. So rather adjoining areas is the agricultural land. So we are targeting to use it in the for agriculture purposes. So agriculture accounts for highest percentage of the annual freshwater withdrawals. So we are planning to use tertiary wastewater, then falling groundwater levels. Many cities groundwater is depleting on an alarming rate. Then reducing the agricultural running cost. This treated wastewater has naturally higher nutrient contents, so the fertility of the crop of the land is also increasing. Then it increases the cultivational area. Since vertical expansion is not possible, so we are maximizing the area to be used. Now, what progress we have made so far? there are about 170 STPs with the cumulative capacity of 1985 MLD, and the total command area is about 2.5 lakh acre. So in the phase one, we have taken 35 STPs, and out of these 35 STPs, 27 STPs in the state have been found feasible, and we have prepared the project for using the treated wastewater of these 27 STPs with the capacity of 339.50 MLD. The command area will be around 43,380 acres, and the estimated cost is about 500 crores. And this we are getting funds from NABARD. 20 tenders have been approved and work has been started in 16 STPs, and our deadline is 31st March 2024. Rather, at 3 STPs in 3 towns, Ladwa, Shahabad, small towns, we have completed our projects also, and the water is being used in micro irrigation by the farmers there. Then in the second phase, we will be taking 57 STPs, and that we will be completing it by 2025. And in the third phase, we will be taking all the remaining STPs, and then the target date is 2026. So we will be achieving our targets well before the dates stipulated in the policy. Now, there is an authority like Command Area Development Authority in Haryana, which is taking water from our STPs and then distributing it to the farmers through micro irrigation. Pilot project was taken up in Ladwa, Shahabad, and Pehwa, and there was a solar system was provided there to give us the electricity supply also. Sprinkler sets will be provided to the water user associations, and the cost of these 3 towns was about 3.65 crores, and area to be irrigated was 290 hectares. This is a small pictorial presentation. Like this is the sewage treatment plant from here. CADA has constructed a tank here for treated wastewater, and then solar panels have been installed to give the electricity. And the treated wastewater has been taken to the fields through HDPE lines, and then hydrants have been provided. Somewhere a sprinkler system is provided, and at some places drip irrigation is provided, taking into account the topography of the area. Then this is the total command area. If we go in for micro irrigation, it is seen that about 1 MLD of treated wastewater is able to irrigate about 170 acres of land. So considerable amount of raw water which is running in the canals is saved by using treated wastewater and then supplying it to the fields through micro irrigation. This is again the action plan. This is in the figures. I'll not take much time on it. And then we are also planning to use our treated wastewater in thermal power plants. And agency Blue Stream Infrastructure Development has been recently engaged for carrying out the feasibility study for supplying treated wastewater in Panipat, Jhajjar, Hisar, and Yamunanagar, where thermal plants are situated. And we are hopeful that we will do this also by the end of year 2025. Now, I'll stress upon some of the key points for used water management. Sorry. Now, some of the important key points are that, first of all, we should fix and notify the standards for use of wastewater depending upon the usage. Like we have to identify for which purpose our wastewater is going to be used. Though in CPHEO manual, it has been given that if we are using water for raw vegetables, then the water should be treated up to this extent. If we are using it for industrial purpose, then so much of treatment is required, but it is not still notified. So the state pollution control boards should come up and fix the standards for using these water standards, so that accordingly the STPs can be constructed. Then second is that ensuring that these standards are met out through our STPs. there are many challenges of O&M, and there are many challenges like at some STPs we see different kind of influent characteristics coming at our STPs at different times. Like some of the industrial towns, like in Panipat, we see there are lots of dyeing industries. So sometimes there's green water coming, sometimes there is red water coming. So we have to monitor this influent which is coming in the STPs also. Like then we have to identify for each city, we have to identify the potential users. We should identify like if it is an industrial based city, so whether our treated water can be used for industries, or if it there is ample agricultural land available, then we should use our treated wastewater for agricultural purposes. So identification of the users is very critical. Then once we have identified, then we have to create faith among the users. How the faith can be created? It is like we have to see the quality. Our quality should not deteriorate. I was in Chandigarh posted whenever there was any issue on the quality, because in Chandigarh we are giving our treated wastewater to households for irrigating their lawns. So just a little variation in the quality, then numerous phone calls were received that today the water quality is not up to the mark. And then timely. If we have fixed our fixed time hours, like in the morning 3 hours, in the evening 3 hours, then we should follow so that people have faith that the treated wastewater will be supplied. Let us not waste our treated drinking water for irrigating our lawns, and adequate supply too. Then there should be appropriate government policies also for the success of our treated use of treated wastewater. By government policies, I mean that if we should see that the rates for drinking water supply should be such that the people are discouraged in using the drinking water for irrigating their lawns or for agriculture, other purposes. And the rates for treated wastewater should be minimum, so that they are promoting this supply of treated wastewater also. So these are all the things we should take care. That is all. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity for presenting the case of Haryana. That's all. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your views, sir. I would now request Commissioner Tirupati to kindly share the Tirupati's Water Plus journey. So over to you, ma'am, if you can, Yeah.
Good afternoon to one and all. I would like to thank Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs for giving us this opportunity to share the journey of Tirupati city for attaining Water Plus status. So generally, broadly, the criteria that every city has to fulfill to achieve this Water Plus status is that wastewater must be treated to satisfactory levels as per the norms set up by CPCB and the State Pollution Control Board. Before it is released to the environment, wastewater treating facility must be of the insured capacity, so that all the households and all the total area of the ULB is covered. And there should be cost recovery for recycling and reuse of the wastewater. So this is the broad guidelines which were issued to each and every city. Before I start sharing the journey of our city towards Water Plus, I would like to give a brief introduction about our city. So Tirupati has a population of 4.24 lakh people as per 2011 census, and 1 lakh floating population of all pilgrims who visit Tirumala regularly per day. We have a net area of 27.44 square kilometers. So currently we have ensured that almost 100% of our households are actually connected to sewerage network. Apart from this, the remaining households have on-site sanitation connections. We have 96 Safai Mitras, permanent and contractual, who are working to maintain the sewerage systems of our city. We have 100% mechanization of sanitation systems and sewers, for which we had recently upgraded all our manholes to machine holes and received appreciation award of Safai Mitra Suraksha Shehar by Mahua this year. Before the Safai Mitra Suraksha Challenge, in 1998, all our sewerage water was actually open discharge to water bodies. In 1998, Tirupati came up with an STP plant. It was operationalized to treat 60% of our water, and we had 60% of UGD connections broadly. We had established a 50 MLD plant based on oxidation technology, with which we could kickstart our water treatment process. Since its inception in 2014, we have enthusiastically participated in Swachh Bharat mission. From ODF, we have got ODF plus status, and now ODF plus status also. We are the first water plus city in the entire South India. 90% of sewerage connection was established in the year 2020, and in 2022 we have achieved 100% manhole to machine hole conversion. One by one, I'd like to discuss in detail the aspects which have allowed us to achieve our water plus status. I would like to begin by discussing our STP facilities and how we are reusing the water in our city. We have 100% reuse and recycling of all treated water. So we have an STP facility which is spread across 300 acres and covers 90% of the area of city. Initially, we had the 31 actually a 50 MLD sewerage plant based on oxidation technology. As we are aware that it's an old technology, so recently we have commissioned a 25 MLD plant using smart city funding based on SBR technology, and another 5 MLD plant was recently inaugurated based on phytorate technology. So we have upgraded our existing STPs, and we are now using state-of-the-art STP treatment facilities. The water that is getting treated in these plants, we are 100% reusing all of the water. So around 10 MLD water we have tied up with Srikalahasti pipes who use this water as a coolant. So it generates a revenue of 6 lakh rupees per month for our city. Apart from this, water is given free of cost to the farmers to use it for agricultural activities, and the remaining water is used by the corporation itself for street cleaning, watering of our roads, parks, gardens, water fountains. By doing these three major exercises, we have ensured that all of the operation and maintenance cost of our STPs are actually revenue is generated through these activities, and we don't bear any O&M cost for running these STP plants. Apart from this, we have talking about our public toilets. All of our major public places have toilets. We have 37 public toilets, 14 community toilets, 40 urinals all across the cities. We have pink toilets and transgender toilets as well have been recently inaugurated in our city. All our toilets are geotagged, and people are aware. We have done a lot of IEC activities to make people aware about the presence of toilets and how they are maintained. We have feedback machines from which regularly we are collecting feedback on the maintenance of these toilets. Each and every toilet has napkin vending machines and all other state-of-the-art facilities. Another aspect to which I would like to which I like to discuss here is are the steps which have ensured us the award of Safai Mitra Suraksha Shehar, which I feel is a big the area to be worked on in order to get water plus status as well. We have a very well functioning emergency response sanitation unit, in which we have identified 98 sewer entry professionals. One professional team has been established for all 500 septic tanks and 50 kilometers of sewer line. So generally, this is how we operate. We have given training, regular training, monthly training to these professionals, and we have made large scale procurement of PPEs and as well as machinery to ensure that 100% wherever possible we have mechanized manholes. Although Tirupati is an old city and there are very narrow sewer lines, we do require in some cases a manual entry to the lines, for which we have a well-detailed SOP which has been established. For any manual operation, we have to take permission from the commissioner and senior engineer, and one deputy executive engineer level DE level officer is there present at the spot to monitor all the activities and ensure that all SOPs are getting followed. Last year, we made an attempt to ensure that all manholes are covered at all costs to avoid any accidents or garbage dumping. Wherever manual entry is getting done, PPE and prior approval of commissioner is required. Apart from this, we have upscaled our machinery. We have bucket cleaners, jetting suction machines, desludging machines, sewer inspection camera apparatus, hydraulic sewer root cutters, and power rodding apparatus, which is readily available with all of our teams. We have a dedicated helpline 14420, which is a toll-free number where citizens can directly report to the corporation of any complaints, as well as all desludging operations are initiated based on the complaints received from this number. So from this call center, immediately the incidences are reported to the area supervisor and concerned DE, who has to be present on spot before any operation is to be carried out. We have ensured that all our Safai Mitras have life insurance policy, and regular training program is being given to them. One of the major problems that any ULB faces to ensure complete 100% machine entries as well as supervised manhole entry is that all the public apartments and welfare association tend to contact private agencies for manual entries because they charge less cost. And in order to tackle such cases, we have, along with our district collector, we have passed proceedings where if any welfare association or apartment is contacting any private agency for cleaning of the sewers, the FIR will be immediately launched and action will be initiated. And we have carried out, already we have 3 to 4 FIRs which have been filed for similar incidences, which has got a lot of created a lot of awareness. And now people first tend to contact the corporation and bring it to our notice if they are carrying out any such activity. So this has really helped us in ensuring that all incidences are reported to the corporation. Apart from this, mass awareness campaigns for citizens have been carried out in the last 1 year, in which we have ensured that they are well aware about the sewage cleaning practices and SOPs, so that whenever any violation they are noticing at their level, it is brought to our notice. These are some of the steps which we have taken. So far, we have not reported any incidents of unauthorized manual entry, and it's been a year since our last incident was reported. So thank you very much for giving Tirupati the opportunity to share our experience. And thank you very much for making us a part of this highly informative session. Thank you. Thank you. Special thank you to Rupa Mishra ma'am for giving us this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Chavi sir, we are not able to hear you. I believe you're having some audio issues. Chari sir, can you hear me? Till the time Professor Chari comes back, sir, can you hear us?
Thank you,
I believe
Anjali ji.
Professor Chari.
A story of a city. Thank you. Pooja, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you now. There is a slight lag, but there is a slight lag from Chari sir, the moderator. So I would now request Shri B.C. Patel, who is the Chief Engineer who's the Chief Engineer Gujarat Urban Development Mission, Gandhinagar, to kindly share his experience on implementation of sewerage projects in a time-bound manner in Gujarat. So kindly go ahead, sir. Shri B.C. Patel, sir, we are not able to hear you. If you can unmute your mic, please.
Okay. Namaskar and good afternoon to everyone. Myself, B.C. Patel, Chief Engineer, GODM Gujarat. So my topic is implementation of sewerage projects in time-bound manner in state of Gujarat. So I would like to um, share my views. So planning, designing, implementation of urban infrastructure, including operation and maintenance of projects, plays an important role so far quality of life of urban population is concerned. So for Gujarat, there are classification of urban ULBs in Gujarat state. So there are total 8 municipalities. Class A cities 22, Class B 30, Class C 60, Class D 44, total 165, having total population as per 2011 census is 2.28 crore. So more than 50% of population is living in urban areas. So next. Government of Gujarat has planned to provide various facilities such as sewerage, water supply, solar water, and other related infrastructure projects in all municipalities. To implement such demand-based infrastructure projects, Government of Gujarat has initiated Swarnim Jayanti Mukhyamantri Shahri Vikas Yojana, Swarnim Jayanti Mukhyamantri Shahri Vikas Yojana from financial 2009 to 10 onwards. So most of the projects are funded under these schemes. Also, state government has participated in implementing infrastructure projects under central funded schemes such as Amrut 1.0 and Amrut 2.0. So far, STPs are concerned, we are having open-ended technology for STP selection out of various technologies available for construction. And the policy of reuse is also implemented in this scheme. Implementation mechanism. Gujarat Urban Development Mission is the state-level nodal agency for sewerage projects. For the smooth implementation of sewerage projects in and time-bound completion, the work of these sewerage projects are being given to Water Supply and Sewerage Board (GWSSB). Second one, Gujarat Urban Development Company (GUDC). Implementing agency and nodal agency tried to complete the sewerage projects from 15 to 24 months to successfully time-bound implementation. Necessary steps has been taken and planning has been done by GUDM. So in order to maintain quality control and to complete the projects within time-bound schedule, project management consultants and TPI are deployed to observe quality controls and completion of projects in time-bound schedule. Planning before implementation. Need demand gap based planning, budget plan, detailed project reports, drawing and estimates, resolving the existing utilities issues and statutory approvals from various authorities prior to execution, approval of projects by GUDM, implementation of projects. Now, operation and maintenance, minimum 2 years of minimum 2 years for network and minimum 5 years for STPs are provided in the estimate. Current status of STPs. Municipal corporation waste generated is to the tune of 3,268 MLD, existing installed capacity 4,010 MLD, wastewater treated 3,066 MLD, municipalities 1,146, existing installed capacity 744 MLD, and wastewater treated is 343. So total 4,414 MLD, existing installed capacity 4,754. Wastewater treated is 3,409 MLD. So commission STPs from year 2015 to 2023, 133 STPs of capacity 4,841 MLD. Work in progress of STPs, 104 STPs with capacity of 1,368 MLD will be completed by December 2023. 25 STPs with 990 MLD capacity will be completed by December 2024. The utilization of STP is directly linked to sewage network and household connections. To improve collection efficiency, government provides rupees 7,000 per sewerage connection. This is 7,000 per connection is given from Swarnim Janti, and in addition to 3,000 given by Government of India. So till date, we have completed 2.12 lakhs household connections in last 1 year, and 1.63 lakhs connections are planned to be in next 1 year. Current status of collecting systems. So municipal corporations, in 7 municipal corporations, collecting system has been completed and 1 in progress. In Class A municipalities, total completed are 19 and in progress 3. Class B, C and D completed 126 and 8 are under progress. So out of 152, work in progress are under 12 municipalities. We have covered more than 90% of network in urban areas of all the municipalities.
Sir, we are not able to hear you. Shri B.C. Patel. Sir,
am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible. Please go on, sir. I would also request you to kindly close as well.
Okay. A little faster.
Yes, please.
Okay, sir. Sure. Usually permissions has been taken with parallel with project approval so that we can complete the projects in time bound schedule and time wastage can be minimized. Next. operation and maintenance mechanism. So operation and maintenance of any projects plays a very important role. Once the facility is created, it should be properly maintained so that it can work for the entire design period. And state government has adopted policy to assist municipalities for 4 years. So in the beginning, um, per capita assistance is given as per different classes of the municipalities. So for A class, it is 153, and without without STP, with STP it is 290. For B, it is 138, and with STP 290 rupees. So apart from this, the grant is being dispersed as per the following sharing patterns. So for the first year, 90% of the grant is being shared by the state government. 90% contribution to the ULB is given to, and ULB share is 10%. For the second year, 75% of share is given by the state government and ULB share is 25%. For third year, it is 50% and ULB share is 50%. For the fourth year, it is 25% and ULB share is 75%. And in the fifth year, 100% share is to be borne by the concerned ULBs. Future planning of sewers, DPRs are under preparation for areas which has been left out and for the sewerage network for which repairing renovation is required. Under Swarnim Jayanti Mukhyamantri Sarve Vikas Yojana, projects for the all municipality taken up from 2010 till now out of 156 municipalities. 151 projects completed and remaining are at the advanced stage of completion. Due to development in municipalities and merger of rural areas in the municipalities, underground sewerage phase 2 is also taken up under sewerage Swarnim Jayanti Mukhyamantri Sarve Vikas Yojana. This phase 2 will also cover the missing link and repairing of existing systems. Projects in Class A municipalities taken up under Amrut 2 and some projects have been also completed under Amrut schemes of Government of India funded. Next. So Government of Gujarat has launched a policy for reuse of treated wastewater on 28th May 2018. The objective of policy are to reach minimum 80% coverage and collection of sewage in all municipal towns, to reach a level of 100% treatment of collected sewage as per the prescribed standards, to reuse at least 25% of total freshwater consumption from treated wastewater within the time limit set under policy, to reuse 70% of treated wastewater by 2025 and to reuse 100% of treated wastewater by 2030. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to sharing Gujarat experience.
Thank you, Mr. Patel. Pooja, can you proceed with the conversation? I will join at appropriate time.
Okay, sir. So thank you, Shri B.C. Patel. So now we would move on to Shri Sehbra Khilari from Khilari Infrastructure Private Limited. A very unique thing about this company is that it has been able to complete STP projects with a record in a record time. So much so that they have figured in the International Book of Records. So without much ado, I would request Shri Khilari sir to kindly share his views and tell us as to how the company was able to make such an achievement. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Start. Yeah. Thank you very much. I am Sandeep Parab, the technology provider for this STP, 225 MLD STP in Jamalpur, Ludhiana. I introduce Mr. Khilari, who is the founder MD of Khilari Infrastructure. They have built around 40 to 50 STPs, though this is the biggest one. Okay. And his firm is among the largest in sewage treatment plant. Now we'll start the presentation. So we have Khilari infrastructure has been awarded this world record by this book of records because we have completed STP in record 21 months. This is one of the biggest plant in the country, 225 MLD, and we have been able to achieve it. We have jointly worked on this, so we have been able to achieve this in record 21 months. The goal of this project was that this Buddha Nala, which was earlier a Buddha Darya, actually, now it has become Buddha Nala because of polluted sewage. So the objective is to treat the domestic wastewater so that only treated waste and stormwater flows into it, and we get back to the Buddha Darya rather than Buddha Nala. This plant was inaugurated in the month of February by the Honorable CM of Punjab. These are all the packages. Basically, there are two STPs, 225 and 60 MLD, and there are other components. There is a package of ETPs. We had to rehabilitate the existing STPs also, and the chlorination system, and the package of what you call the IPS. Then again, rising mains packages, two packages of rising mains. Now, this is the main STP, 225 MLD sewage treatment plant and its components, that the two IPS and the incoming sewer of 1200 mm diameter DI pipeline. So we completed this whole scope in record 625 date. This is in spite of, this was during the COVID period. This is the project summary. The total cost is around 840 crores. Capital cost is 520 and O&M is around 300 crores. This is the funding pattern wherein Government of India has funded around 200 crores and the balance 450 is funded by the state government. So how did we achieve this 21 months target? Basically, the executing agency, PWSSB, we have been working with them for last so many years, and probably they have executed around 100 STPs. So they have capable technical staff, as well as they were very flexible during the execution. Similarly, the other Ludhiana Municipal Corporation is also involved, who is the end user. The chairman of Ludhiana Municipal Corporation is chairing the project monitoring committee with all able members in it from various departments. And I will tell you, the coordination and communication was so well because there were 5 agencies: PWSSB, Ludhiana Corporation, the technology provider, KIPL, and the consultant. All were in sync with each other, and there was no communication gap during all these 21 months. Now, coming to the selection of technology. Now, we have constructed around 1,000 STPs throughout the country. There is probably, I don't think many corporations who don't have our STPs from in the whole country. So because of this, because of this technology, we are able to introduce state-of-art equipments like the blowers, turbo blowers, and the fiber disc filters. Now, both these equipment require very less time installation time because the civil work involved is very less. Similarly, we could optimize the design and fit it in the compact layout. That also saves a lot of time. Apart from that, when you opt for a SBR, the civil component reduces a lot. So that also speeds up the work. Other than that, when you opt for CTEC, the savings in line is around 30-40%. Saving in power is around 50%. And also the operating cost is reduced drastically. Finally, the outlet is better than NGT. In fact, most of the plants, we get sewage water which is recyclable quality. And many of these STPs are using it for agricultural purpose. Somewhere they are using it for power stations also. Like in the case of Nagpur, the recyclable water the treated water is used for power station. Finally, we come to Khilari infrastructure. Now, this Khilari infrastructure, they have also built around 40 to 50 STPs on SBR. So they have ample experience. the most key part is in their organization is 100% delegation. So the site people were able to take quick decisions. Apart from them, Mr. Khilari is a hands-on director. He would make weekly visits to Ludhiana so that he could monitor the progress and give guidelines to his team. Also, this company has a unique model. Probably no corporate world would have such a financial model. He is not availing any finance from any banking company. Okay, this is a unique model. So he has a flexibility while funding the project. Also, because he is self-financing, the project costs also reduces drastically, which helps in his cash flows. Apart from that, another thing which probably is unique to this company is zero subletting. KIPL doesn't sublet to anybody. They do it everything departmentally. Now that also gives him a lot of flexibility. Basically, he has control over the quality as well as speed of the project. This is how we achieved it. We were working simultaneously. Teams were working simultaneously. During the drawing approval stage, it was approved in single submission because we had consultation before submission, and in single submission we got a drawing approved. Similarly, while we are
I request the speaker to quickly hasten, please.
simultaneously, only 2 slides balance. Simultaneously, we had to prepare the land development where there was a sludge of 1 lakh cubic meter. That also was clear during this time. Next slide. Okay. Of course, we introduced all the high-tech machinery and all the team was incentivized. Parallel teams were deployed and specialized vendor for specialized equipment like this filter, whereas centrifuge, everybody was, all the teams were invited to commission the plant, commission the units. This is the outlet quality. This is the recyclable quality, which is less than 10 BOD and TSS less than 5 after tertiary treatment. This is before you can see a lot of sludge there, and this is the plant after it has been commissioned. This is the primary treatment, huge primary treatment. And these are the final photographs. Now I'd like to invite everybody to please come and see our plant in Ludhiana and see how this has been done in such a quick time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sagarao. The reason for including this project and initiative is to demonstrate that the same level of speed and acceleration is required across all the states in the country where used water management should be taken up on a mission mode. Ludhiana has set an example how projects can be executed in a seamless way. Thank you very much once again. Now I invite Mr. Raut from Vishwaraj Environment Private Limited, who has a very unique, distinct project of using the recycled water, not only in terms of for agriculture, but also monetizing it. I request Mr. Satyajit to start the session. Keep it in short time as given to you, Mr. Satyajit.
Sure. Good afternoon, everybody. Hope I'm audible to all.
Yes.
And is the presentation visible?
Yes.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Thank you. So, happy World Waters Day and greetings on the occasion of Gudi Padwa, Ugadi and Chetiyan. My name is Satyajit Raut. I'm Director Strategy with Vishwaraj Environment. Vishwaraj is a ESG focused water distribution and wastewater treatment company. But what is unique about us, of course, we have developed, the pipelines and water treatment plants and sewage treatment plants. But as Professor Chari referred, so reuse of treated water is what, is our focus, the company's focus is, and that too on a PPP model, public-private partnership model. So it's not only the construction and operation and maintenance of the plants, but also investment in the model to bring that circular economy angle to the entire process of reuse of treated water. So let's see, I'm going to present a a case study of Nagpur, which Mr. Parab has also mentioned in, this is also based on the SBR, CTEX SBR technology. So I'll be presenting that case study. Before that, just a national perspective. Urban India is generating almost 62,000 million liter per day of sewage, of which we are treating around 22,000, and balance 40,000 unfortunately is left to the environment untreated, which is leading to waterborne diseases. A lot of person days are lost. There is another larger issue of water scarcity because of urbanization and industrialization. Our supply is reducing and demand by all the three users, agriculture, industry, and the population is increasing. I think that the reuse of treated water is an opportunity which will fix both these problems. It will fix the sewage treatment issue, as well as it will free up fresh water for agriculture and people. And we can probably use this treated water for the non-potable use of industries. That's the whole idea about this. And larger aspect is how can we bring that circular economy angle to it. Globally, the developing world, they have a very large treatment capacities, 75 to 100%. And good part is almost 10 to 25% of this treated water is getting reused. Whereas in India, we have seen our treatment capacities are less, and reuse is now we are started that phase. So it is almost at the beginning. So we are in that 0 to 5 bracket, and we have an opportunity. Even China has a very stringent targets of moving to 25% of reuse of whatever they are treating. Coming to this Nagpur project, now this is Nagpur Municipal Corporation is a very pragmatic corporation. So they have already implemented 24/7 water supply for the full city, and they took this project of developing a 200 million liter per day sewage treatment plant on a 100% PPP model, where they have invited a private operator. In this case, Vishwaraj Environment was selected through a competitive bidding process, and we built this plant through our investment. There are 3 pumping stations. There are 3 rivers in Nagpur which unfortunately have become drains. So 75 MLD, 75 MLD, and 50 MLD. 3 pumping stations pump this sewage to a facility called Bhandewadi, and a new 200 MLD plant was built on SBR technology. This is commissioned in 2018 through a 100% investment. And the beauty of this project is the reuse. We have entered into an agreement with Mahagenco, which is a power generation utility of Maharashtra. There are 2 power plants. One is Koradi and another one is Khaparkeda. So Koradi takes 90 MLD and Khaparkeda takes 100 MLD. So 190 MLD out of 200 MLD sewage treated water is getting reused, making it the largest reuse facility in India. Okay, and this water is sold to the power plant, and this entire investment, as well as operation and maintenance of this secondary treatment infrastructure and reuse infrastructure, tertiary treatment plant, pumping station, a pipeline of 25 kilometers, entirely is financed by sale of treated water. For Nagpur Municipal Corporation, this is a cash neutral game where 200 MLD of sewage is getting treated, and this is a quality treatment, mind well, because the treated water is getting reused by the power plant. They're so conscious about the quality, they treat it. So a quality treatment happens. So this is the plant already commissioned. Since last 2.5 years, the power plants are consuming this treated water. So this is not only possible in the larger cities like Nagpur, but there is another example. Chandrapur is another city where we are implementing 50 MLD reuse plant. It will be commissioned in another 2 months, and there is another innovation there. So that is again a PPP, but some Amrut grant was available, and that Amrut grant is made available to the operator as viability gap funding. It has almost become a PPP HAM model, hybrid annuity model, where 40 to 50% has been coming from the government. Balance is the investment by the operator, and the water is sold to the power plant. So 50 MLD of fresh water will be released for the city of Chandrapur. I think there is a huge potential. This is a Nagpur model. The private operator has done everything, design, more importantly, financing, construction, operation, and maintenance. Entire responsibility lies with the private operator. Now, some of the key things, key learnings, and some suggestion. You know, most important in any reuse project is to have a single point of accountability. What has happened is there are a lot of STPs which are already available, and what is needed is incremental treatment of tertiary treatment, laying a pipeline, pumping it. So there are two distinct phases. There could be two distinct operation and maintenance contractor, and then the finger pointing starts. So the idea should be to bring this entire infrastructure within the umbrella of one single operator, so that there is no finger pointing. And because the moment you are using it, there is an industry which is using the treated water. They are concerned about the quality and the quantity of water being shared with them. So to ensure that kind of service mechanism, the single point of accountability is very important. Experienced operator, there are a lot of people who have developed sewage treatment.
Patrick, you need to wrap it up. Thank you. Just
right. So you need an experienced operator. PPPs wherever possible. We would recommend PPPs because there is a skin in the game of the operator. It brings a lot of commitment because these are the projects which are on a long-term basis. Ultimately, this entire treated water reuse is beneficial to our country. There is a potential of almost 6,000 million liter per day of water getting reused only by power plants. And if there is a proper policy support, other industries would also be motivated to take the treated water. And, the equivalent amount of fresh water will be released, millions and millions of people will be benefited out of this. So with this, I'll thank Mahua, Professor Chari and all the organizing committee for giving this an opportunity. We also welcome you to Nagpur to visit this facility, to see this, how the reuse is happening and how this circular economy is built. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you very much, Mr. Satyajit. I strongly encourage cities to visit Nagpur because I had the opportunity, and it's a great example of reducing the burden on the fresh water, but also reducing the cost of treatment at the municipal level and through monetization of the treated water and selling it to the power plant. This is a fascinating example of win-win situation, as Mr. Satyajit says. Corporation is benefited in the whole process. The fresh water is available for drinking water application, as well as the burden on the environment has come down. Thank you very much, Nagpur, and also Mr. Satyajit. We had very interesting presentations. I was on and off, and apologies again, where we had state strategy. We heard about projectized interventions of success stories. Now we go back to the city level conversation, how cities have actually made a water plus situation. Now I invite Commissioner Bhopal to share their journey and experience, and what are the lessons that you would like to share with us, sir, for other cities to move in the same direction the way Bhopal is going and doing beyond what Bhopal can do. Thank you very much. Over to you, Commissioner Bhopal. Mr. Chaudhary, are you there? Commissioner Bhopal? Yeah, I think you are still muted, sir. You can, yeah. Commissioner Bhopal, you need to unmute yourself. Pooja, with your permission, I would go to the next speaker for want of time, and Commissioner Bhopal is requested to log in again so that we can get him on the next one. So we have with us now Commissioner, Chief Officer of Baramati, Maharashtra, and they've also Water Plus City. It's a small town, but successfully implemented Water Plus strategy through various interventions. Extremely relevant for small and medium towns on this. Over to you, Chief Officer Baramati. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, one and all. First of all, I would like to thank Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs to give me a chance to present Baramati Municipal Council's Water Plus journey. Baramati Municipal Council has a population of 1,08,000 with 2,800 households. Council is a ODF plus since 2020. Last year, we are able to achieve Water Plus. In order to achieve Water Plus, we completed connection of all 14 community toilets and 32 public toilets outlets to underground sewage network line. Also, we succeeded in 100% household connections to sewage network line. Baramati Municipal Council has approximately 154 kilometers of sewage network line throughout the city, having 6,000 manholes, which all are covered. Baramati Municipal Council has a STP plant having installed capacity of 11.5 MLD with SBR technology. Our STP plant is having a SCADA software system to automatically operate to get desired quality of discharge. We have a system of daily testing of water with NABL certified labs to achieve good quality of discharge. In order to before discharge it to river and reuse purpose. Operation and maintenance sustainability. In order to that, Baramati Council has a yearly expenditure on all processes near about 1.17 CR, which includes O&M of STP, network cleaning, machine maintenance, electricity, and manpower. In order to get that, we have started a special drainage tracks from each household to get near about 1.2 CR, and also earning from reuse of water to farmers and construction activities and other purposes. Council also initiated proposal of rooftop solar system near to STP plant in order to reduce the burden of electricity money to make it sustainable. We have improved the efficiency of various machineries in STP plants like motors and compressors with regular maintenance and new technologies to get desired efficiency and output. Also, but it is very necessary to increase the reuse of the effluent water and get the maximum revenue out of it. Scheduled repairing, cleaning, and desludging of the sewer network line was a major task for the achieving Water Plus. We have appropriate schedule for timetable for manhole cleaning, pre and post monsoon cleaning of the sewer network, and also repair of the various complaints from the citizens. To implement the manual scavenging rules, we have started using mechanized cleaning mechanisms like high pressure jetting machine and suction machine. Also, a bandicoot robot for manhole cleaning. We have near about 20 to 25 feet down manholes for that bandicoot robots. Also, rodding and bucketing mechanism for for that purpose. Also, the all safety equipments to the sanitary workers also. Awareness campaigns for the citizens and also the training to the sanitary workers working at the STP plant and scientific and professional training to STP plant was done by Municipal Council last year. Also, we have used various means of awareness of citizens like social media, like street plays, meetings with publics, school children for the ban of plastic bags, and also use of screens at the outlet of households and inlet to the every sewage lines. We have Baramati Municipal Council is succeeded to reuse of near about 32% of the use of water. In that, we are using that water for plantation purpose, our own gardens and the road median trees. Also, there are two farmers there near about STP plants. We are selling the waters to the farmers. Also, we are using water for some washing centers and also construction activity. But the total quantum we are using is near about 32%. We are focusing on to improving, going beyond to 70 to 80% in order to get maximum returns from the reuse of water. Also, we have installed some toll-free numbers for the citizens to get redressal of their complaints. Also, we are using Swachhta app and WhatsApp groups in order to get do all things. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for giving me opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Mahesh. This is a remarkable journey for a small town, medium scale town to introduce reuse and recycling and achieve water plus status. Now, just a quick, to break the monotony and introduce a conversation. Mr. Mahesh, you are using about 30 to 40% of the treated water for recycling for various applications. Did I hear right? And
Yes.
you have plans to increase up to 70%.
Yes, sir.
And are you using primarily for the horticulture or any other applications?
Horticulture and farmer, both.
Oh, great. And you also mentioned that in future you want to go for construction activity also.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think these, yeah, please go ahead.
We have meetings with all construction workers and construction people, but they have some concern regarding odor and all other things,
Okay.
transports. But we are overcoming that and going to some measures to increase the use in
The quality of treatment.
Yeah.
Thank you. So this is a very powerful lesson for all the cities participating, that a small city in Maharashtra, Baramati, has actually achieved not only treating it, but also they're trying to recycle the water, and they have a very ambitious plan of increasing up to 60 to 70% by using this treated water, used water for various applications. Thank you, Mr. Mahesh, and we would wish you all the success in your journey so that you become 100% treated water gets recycled in your facility. Thank you very much. This is a great story for all of us. I now invite Mr. Suresh from L&T. They are actually promoting circularity in a big way as L&T, and I would like to hear about, we would like to know about what are the key success factors for achieving circularity in the used water management. What should be that? What are your messages for all the participating cities? Over to you, Mr. Suresh. Just keep it a bit short given the time constraint. Over to you.
Sorry. Thank you, Mr. Chari, and I just allowed the instructions, no presentations. I'm just going to take you through the experiences and talking the qualities. Fundamentally, what we see this circularity is a response to current unsustainable linear model of take, make, consume, and waste. Water sector gain momentum on this. And thanks to the ministry for really pushing it through such an awareness in many places. The entire entirety, that is supply and restore. The fundamentally
his voice is breaking. We cannot hear him.
Mr. Suresh, your audio is not clear.
Is it fine, sir, now?
Suresh, you can stop the video and
now
try to use the audio. Mr. Suresh, can you speak up now?
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, am I audible, Mr. Chari?
Yeah, this is better, definitely better. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you. So the point I was making is, let us look at that the entire value chain in terms of the circularity, that is supply, recover, and restore. So what is across the globe, we are intensifying water utilities in the world still have massive water losses in the distribution system. When you look at circularity, where you will stop the losses, where we call it non-revenue.
Mr. Suresh, we can't hear you. Your audio is pretty disturbing.
For example, Copenhagen is
Is
at
it
5.
is the audio okay, Mr. Suresh? I can't
No,
see.
sir. No, sir. Suresh, sir, can we request you to kindly rejoin and see? In the meanwhile, we can go over to the next panelist, sir, if that is fine.
Yeah, I think so. I now invite Commissioner Bhopal, if he can check it out if his audio is okay, and then start. Over to you, sir.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, this is better. Thank you.
Sir, thank you, sir. My name is KVS Chaudhary. I am Commissioner Bhopal Municipal Corporation. I thank Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs for giving Bhopal this opportunity to share Bhopal's experiences to become water plus city. Bhopal is a city with an estimated population of 22 lakhs. Bhopal was certified as ODF plus in 2018, and for 3 years it got ODF plus plus in 2019, 20, 21. In 2022, Bhopal got water plus. So I would like to very briefly stress upon important points that we did to get the status of water plus. To begin with, the most crucial point about becoming water plus is the importance of cleanliness of the water bodies in Bhopal and the importance of rejuvenation of water bodies. Bhopal is very popularly known as the city of lakes, and the sustainability of the lakes is very crucial because we draw drinking water from these lakes. There is a very big lake called Bada Talab, which is a Ramsar site, wetland, and we draw a significant proportion of the water requirement from this lake, which is in the middle of the city. Hence, keeping in mind, when we began our journey for Water Plus, we filled the gap for infrastructure under the Amrut scheme. And when the DPR was prepared, we kept the important lakes in mind and we covered all the catchment area of the lakes. We took up 7 lakes and all the colonies, houses in the catchment of the lakes, we prepared the DPR for laying the sewer line network. So all the nala drains that were draining into the lakes, they were covered. And in fact, I would like to stress upon at that time there were many NGT cases and penalties, I mean, on the municipal corporation, which were very important for us to take care and to ensure that no untreated sewage enter these lakes. So under the Amrut scheme, with an estimated amount of 442 crores, the pipeline network of 339 kilometers was laid, 9 STPs were built, and 30 sewage pump houses were built. But I say that the biggest lesson and the most crucial, understanding is about the household connections. There were a lot of resistance to apply for household connections and take them. Slowly, gradually, we convinced the families, colonies, bulk users to officially take household connections and get them connected to the sewer network, and so that end-to-end connectivity is there and all the houses are covered through a proper covered network. And before 2020, there was no standing order about charging money for the one-time sewerage connection charges and taking operational charges. So those standing orders were fixed, rates were fixed for the household connections, one-time charges as well as monthly charges. And it was very important to cover the bulk users also, either the institutional users or the bulk apartments. So lot of individual connections and all the bulk connections were covered. And all in all, about 80,345 households were covered with the sewerage network that was laid under the Amrut scheme. Very crucial, other than the laying of network is, and apart from the household connection, is the recovery of cost. We took this model that we started taking unified bills where we incorporated sewerage charges apart from the property tax. So in the same bill where we take property tax from the citizens, from the taxpayers, we started charging sewerage one-time charges and the monthly charges from all those households which were connected through the Amrut network. So that helped us in a better collection and easier recovery, because there is generally, one point connection where taxpayers come and pay their property tax. So in the same bill, in the unified bill, we started taking sewerage charges also. So this was one major part which helped us to increase our sewerage network to 65%, which helped us to achieve the minimum requirement of 50% of the coverage of sewerage network. So through this, we could cover about 60 to 65% of our cities, households. Of course, apart from this, the importance of, the other houses where sewerage network is not there, that's also very important. Septic tanks, cleaning of them in a scheduled manner, and safe cleaning of those septic tanks through mechanized equipment is very important. So we took stock of the situation. We realized the importance of taking up more machines, scheduled desludging. So with the help of NSKFDC, we prepared Safai Mitras who were ready to take loan and take up machines, mechanized machines and jetting machines for cleaning of the septic tanks. So it was a good experience where Safai Mitras could be involved, and with good, private and our municipal body partnership. Same helpline number was used to allot the complaints to the private vehicles also, and the same helpline number was used for resolving the complaints through municipal corporation vehicles also. Another
So
challenge
Commissioner Bhopal, to quickly wrap it up, please. You can give a bit of guidance on the treatment of the used water. How are you doing so that you can? Yeah, thank you.
Sir, sir, as of now, we are reusing about 30% of the treated water. Sir, it's mostly for agriculture, horticulture, and construction purposes. There are two STPs where there are fish ponds nearby, so they are using it for fisheries. And we want to increase the percentage of reuse, through more and more construction activity, more horticulture for the cities gardens. And the one unified complaint mechanism, grievance redressal mechanism, earlier it was 14420, now it is integrated with our CM helpline number. I broadly say that the most crucial lesson has been end-to-end connectivity, where households in the entire area catchment, they were identified, covered, and they were convinced to take up household connections so that the entire area is covered from end to end. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I think the Commissioner Bhopal gave us two interesting, important leads. One is last mile connectivity, or we may call it as a first mile connectivity. Every household should be connected even after laying the sewer system. The second thing is a very massive mechanization of desludging activity in the non-sewer areas. And of course, recycling and reuse is another important three message. So I think this is again a leading example of a combination of solutions. One is ensuring that every household is connected, the used water is treated and recycled, and promoting mechanization in the non-sewer areas. As we expand the sewer till we have non-sewer areas, still massive promotion of mechanization is another interesting example. Thank you very much, sir. Now we move to Navi Mumbai, again a leading example in the country where used water is not only treated but also recycled in a big way. Over to Navi Mumbai. Commissioner Navi Mumbai.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Rajesh Narvekar. First of all, I greet all participants on the eve of World Water Day. First, let me introduce something about Navi Mumbai. Navi Mumbai is around 110 square kilometer, a planned city. It's one of the world's biggest planned city. We have certain advantages because of this planned city. But its unique feature is that it's a combination of residential, industrial, and commercial hub. This city includes a very big Maharashtra Industrial Development Corporation area, which includes big projects like Reliance, Jio, and Adani, and many other such big industries. And also in our area, we have Asia's largest APMC market, Agriculture Produce Market Committee place. So it's a mix. So it is our prime duty to have a planned water and wastewater infrastructure. And we are very fortunate that at present we have planned our water and wastewater management infrastructure in such a way that we can cater up to 30 lakh of population. At present, we have a population of 18 lakhs, and almost it is getting doubled in a decade. And we foresee that coming up with new international airport at Navi Mumbai, so this population will increase very rapidly. So we are planning according to that vision, and we are working on that. And we are very fortunate to won this 5-star rating and Water Plus rating also for Navi Mumbai Municipal Corporation. It's Maharashtra's first municipal corporation to get this 5-star rating and Water Plus rating. About the water management, I will mention here that as everybody knows that wastewater is a very core area, and almost 11 of our SDGs are directly or indirectly related to this water management. So not only availability of water is our concern, but I think transportation, treatment and discharge facilities, these are also very important aspect. So we have a formidable network of STPs. We have 7 STPs of capacity of almost 454 MLD. And daily we are treating almost 250 MLD of sewage. And we are using 65 MLDs of this treated water. And basically this is all given to the industrial areas. Here there is a win-win situation, because at present the industries are taking water from Maharashtra Industrial Development Corporation at the rate of 22 rupees per liter, whereas we are giving them at the rate of 18 rupees and 50 paise per cubic meter. So there is a win-win situation for corporation also, so that we can save that water and use our potable water for drinking purposes in larger population. So NMMC has a wastewater treatment facilities and sewer network, and I think this is playing a very critical role in maintaining our public health and protecting our environment also. This use of treated water. We have some unique pointers which where we are giving emphasis on cleanliness and sustainability. I will point out some of the important factors. Basically, we have given here the comprehensive contract for toilet maintenance and operations. That is a unique step we had taken. So for cleaning purpose, there is, there is no situation here like this. For cleaning, one person is involved, and for maintenance of toilet or for some PT issues, some other person. We have given here the comprehensive contract for toilet maintenance and operation. So that is one of the important factors. Second is that we have here, being near to the sea and the creeks, we have many drains and nalas flowing towards the creek and the sea ocean. So we have installed bar screens and screen filters at the entry gate and the exit gate of all the drains and nalas. So we are protecting the garbages going into the nalas and creeks and oceans. So that is one step we had taken for cleanliness. Second is that we are using 100% places sewer cameras on the sewer lines, so that we can identify the cleanliness. Third is that we have 100% mechanical cleaning process we are doing. We have 100% household without septic tanks here. At present, in Navi Mumbai municipal areas, we have only 42 septic tanks in use, but that's our future planning, that we will trying to stop that also. From this treated water, we are moving one step ahead, and we have now installed our tertiary treatment plant in Navi Mumbai. And we are giving this tertiary treatment plant treated water to again the industrial area. And we are hoping that by giving this TTP water, we will be getting revenue of around 494 crores in coming another 5-7 years. So that is another win-win situation for us. At present, the vision before Navi Mumbai is we want to utilize this treated water at 100% level, because we have that kind of facility here in the industrial area. And second thing is that we are planning for 100% septic tank free city. And these are the unique
Thank you.
initiatives we had taken. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's an amazing experience. You're setting a real benchmark for all the metropolitan cities in the country. It's 100% sewer 100% of the used water is treated, and also planning for a tertiary treatment to monetize the used water for and become positive in terms of financial, not only in terms of environmental sustainability, but also financial sustainability. I think there are a lot of lessons. Metropolitan cities and some of the big cities, actually, I strongly encourage. I had the opportunity of visiting Navi Mumbai. Phenomenal journey and phenomenal development that they are doing. And it's not only for the current, but also they're planning for the future. Thank you very much, Commissioner, sir. We'll come back to you. I now invite the Executive Engineer, Mysore City Corporation, to speak about their experience of used water management and both sewerage and used water management. How do you manage your, your whole wastewater treatment and recycling efforts? Over to you.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Yes. Good afternoon, honorable dignitaries and panelists and participants. I'm Ranjit Kumar, Executive Engineer, Mysore City Corporation, Karnataka. I would be speaking about Mysore City's journey towards achieving Water Plus status. Mysore is a heritage city with population over 9 lakhs as per 2011 census. Speaking about the current status, we, the municipal corporation, is supplying about 220 mld of drinking water, generating about 170 mld of wastewater, and we have treatment capacity of 180.50 mld. Speaking about Mysore's scenario before wastewater management, the wastewater was left out to flow in city's stormwater drains, and they in turn would choke the city lakes with waste, and due to insufficient sewerage network, wastewater was left to natural water valleys, and they would reach the drinking water sources of the city. The tourist attraction lakes in the city, such as Kukaralli, Karanji, Lingabudi, was stinking. And one lake, Hebbal, was covered with thick vegetation, and lake area were being encroached. Mysore City Corporation, with its efforts, has linked the missing sewerage network, has installed sewer lines to avoid flow of sewage into stormwater drains, and in turn avoided flow of wastewater into water bodies in and around the city. The municipal corporation has made use of funds from its own source, State Finance Commission funds, State Development funds such as Nagrottana, Central Finance Commission funds 13th, 14th and 15th, NERM and Amrut schemes to achieve this. Mysore City and district administration have collaborated with Infosys Foundation to rejuvenate Hebbal Lake. The Infosys Foundation rejuvenated Hebbal Lake by constructing new STP and filling the lake with treated water. The lake now has artificial islands and joggers track. It has now been a tourist attraction and a home for migratory birds. Speaking about sustainability of city's revenue model, the corporation incurs O&M expenditures of about 17.42 crores every year. The amount is spent on maintenance of sewerage network, O&M of machineries, O&M of STPs, electricity charges, and for the salaries. Whereas the city generates a revenue of 17.5 crores through water cess collection, which we have included 30% of user charges for sewerage networks and pro rata charges. And we are even achieving revenue from toilet contracts and also from recycled treated water. The city has procured 17 jetting cum suction machines, 23 power rodding machines, 17 desalting machines, and 1 Bandicoot artificial intelligent robot. We have permanently deployed manpower to operate the machineries. We have annual contracts for supply of consumables. We have strict periodical inspections from our municipal officers. We confirm the quality of treated water daily, and we monitor the quantity of reusage of treated water. Elaborating on reuse of treated water, we reuse about 34.5 mld for irrigation, 20 mld for lake rejuvenation, 8.5 mld for grass cultivation, and 5.5 mld for Mysore City's golf course maintenance. Other than these, treated water is being used for fountains, watering the road median plants, so on. And we are reusing about 70 mld of treated water that accounts for 40% of our wastewater. Mysore is the only city in Karnataka to procure artificially intelligent robot Bandicoot in order to avoid any necessary sewer hole entry and thereby easing the cleaning process. We even have planted canna plants for improving wastewater treatments. Few of the major challenges of the city has faced are regular collection of water charges, human resource management, procurement of consumable, standardizing the consumables, safety of our Safai Mitras, management of public complaints, especially during rainy seasons, and land acquisition problems, land encroachment removals, and lack of awareness on reuse of treated water among citizens. And coming to Safai Mitras, we have provided uniforms.
Mr. Ranjit, you need to wrap it up a bit.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. We have regularly organized trainings, capacity buildings, marathon sport, competitions, cultural programs to keep motivation among them. The city has initiated many IEC activities and engaging citizens through focused group discussions, street plays, press notes, jingles, pamphlets, banners, hoardings, etc. The impact of the initiatives include complete mechanization of cleaning sewerage system and healthy lakes and water bodies, eased safe operation, and increased use of treated water. And we are also generating about 87 lakhs from selling the reused water. So this is the journey of Mysore city towards Water Plus, and we will continue to strive to protect our city's nature and to give prompt service to our citizens. Thank you, sir.
Ranjit, thank you very much. Such an inspiring story and beautifully narrated, easy to understand. The journey is also very fascinating. I think what I liked about is the way the capital investments could be converged from multiple sources, from finance commission, including corporate social responsibility, how you have managed to blend to finance the whole sanitation sewerage infrastructure. I think you are one of the few cities where you are achieving 100% cost recovery through through the user charges for the wastewater. I think it's an amazing example, not only for India, for the rest of the world, where sewerage is recovered through user charges are very few examples. So thank you very much for your sharing your experience. I hope this has really touched everyone, where the financial sustainability, environmental sustainability, and also mechanization to prevent human entry and human interface with the sanitation related problems are also addressed. Thank you very much, Mr. Ranjit, once again. Now, friends, we heard about experiences of cities, experiences of big projects at the state level strategies. Now, there are leading examples in our country where colonies and buildings are also taking a very proactive effort to recycle and reuse the water and reduce the footprint, not only for them, but also from the community point of view. I now invite Mr. R.P. Singh from NBCC, General Manager, to speak about Kidwai Nagar experience in Delhi, how they managed to become water positive and reduce the footprint of used water into the lakes, into the water bodies, but recycle for various applications. Over to you, Mr. Singh.
Thank you, sir.
I'm just conscious of the time, sir. Just keep it to 5 minutes as allotted. Over to you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. And I also congratulate every panelist and participant on this World Water Day. So please, I share my presentation first.
Sir, if you are unable to share, sir, I can share from my end, sir, if any challenge. The presentation, Shri R.P. Singh, I can share if there is a problem. Kindly let me know.
This is our colony. It is a very unique colony. It is spread in 86 acre land. This is a GPRA colony, which has been constructed by redevelopment of old housing colony. Earlier, it had a 2,440 houses, and now presently it has 4,608 houses. Along with it, it has office complex also, which has 1.05 lakh square meter office building area there, and it has been given to the PSUs and government departments. As I in my introduction, Kidwai Nagar has a three unique features. First, it is a zero discharge colony. Second and third, it is economically and environmentally self-sustainable company. The campus of this colony is 86 acre. Out of that, 47% area is with green area. The office we have given from there, it has a walk to work concept. So this is the area. This is the topographical map where in this colony we have type 2 to type 7 quarters for the government employees. Next, as I said, it is a zero discharge colony. The treatment of wastewater that is treated over here, it has 3.65 MLD capacity, two numbers of each 1.5 MLD and one number 6.65 MLD capacity STPs are there. There are rainwater harvesting. There are 31 numbers having capacity of 30 cubic meter each. We also have a solid waste management plant having 3.5 ton per day capacity. Wastewater generated from floods is being treated in STP plants and no discharge is made to the municipal sewer line. STP treated water is being used in toilets for flushing. Dual pipeline is laid for this purpose. Horticulture, air conditioning, road cleaning at etc. used. The kitchen and horticulture waste are being treated at solid waste management plant from which biogas and electricity is also being generated. Rainwater is being infiltrated through the rainwater harvesting system leading to the recharge of the groundwater. This is the water requirement of the colony. We have total water requirement of 3350 KLD. Out of this, NDMC have sanctioned only 2400 KLD water. Freshwater requirement of this colony is 2250 KLD water. Out of that, flushing water is 1100 KLD. This flushing water is given from the treated water. And other than this, we have horticulture requirement that is 700 KLD. And for cooling tower cleaning purpose, we need 350 KLD. This is also given from the treated water. This is the water, how the water is balanced. The total water requirement of the colony is 3350 KLD. Out of this, 2250 KLD water, fresh water is required, and 1100 KLD is flushing water required. Total water is being treated in the STP. We have STP of 3.6 MLD capacity, and the water requirement for the flushing as well as the horticulture, HVAC, DG and road cleaning, we need 2050 approximate water is required. That is being filled from the, this is our SPG plant description. Our STP plant is based on the SBI technology. If we, one of the very important point of this, I have to share this. According to the layout of the colony, we have placed the three locations. We have placed three locations at three locations STPs to reduce the line of the wastewater line as well as the irrigation lines. So to reduce the capital cost as well as the running cost of the colony. This we have discussed. This is the STP diagram. We have tertiary treatment also for the air conditioning as well as cooling tower. We treat the water for the softening and use in the air conditioning plants. Case study of this plant is this. This is a redevelopment colony. During the redevelopment, we approached NDMC for the freshwater requirement. NDMC raised a query regarding the fulfillment of the water demand.
Mr. Singh, if you could give one or two key advice for other participants. I'm conscious of the time, so if you could just summarize it and also advise how others can take up and replicate. Over to you, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay. This is the parameters of the water we use for flushing system, because this is the stringent parameters for the flushing system. This is the CPCB reference labels. You can see the design parameters and with which we can use the flushing water. So we have placed in our system in design. This is the separate flushing water system as well as the supply water system. Storage. This is the irrigation. We are using the treated water there. This is the one of the most important of the colony is this: the total precipitation of the rainfall. We are through this rainwater harvesting pits recharge the underground water. The RWH system is based on the crosswave technology. Crosswave is a polypropylene based modular system for underground rainwater harvesting and recharging systems assembled by systematic stacking. The technology of the staggered structure offers inbuilt stability and security, while the module of design ensures adequate water recharge and infiltration along with the storage. Each RWH system has 30 cubic capacity and 40 KL per hour to 60 KL per hour. This is
so, Mr. Singh, you need to sort of wrap it up. So, just wanted to check with you. Your initiative, your colony is a zero liquid discharge colony where everything gets recycled. Am I right?
Sir, in this upper colony, the total water we use that is recycled and used. The total rainfall falls over the area of 86 acre, that is recharged.
Yeah. So I think the message is clear, Singh sir. We will circulate this document to all the delegates registered. I think, friends, thank you very much. The friends, this is a very unique case. We heard about cities doing recycling. Here's a colony which is not only capturing the rainwater, but also the whole colony is zero liquid discharge colony, like an industry. We have ZLD industries. We have a ZLD colony where the whole wastewater, used water gets recycled for various applications. I think this is an amazing story. And I think all the cities should encourage their resident welfare associations and colonies to emulate the experience of Idwai Nagar, and if possible, visit and learn, cross-learn from each other. Thank you very much, Singh Saab. Sorry, I had to rush. I now invite Mr. Giridhar from Bangalore, from Godrej Platinum Apartments. What is their effort? What was the motivation, and how did they start recycling the water and making their own operations? I won't say zero liquid discharge, but promoting recycling for non-potable applications. Over to you, Mr. Giridhar. And I request you to keep it very, very sharp and, keep it to your points.
Very short. Don't worry about that. So thank you, Professor Chari. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So essentially, as we said, I'm from Godrej Platinum. I'm a resident, and as secretary, I drove some initiatives here. So I'm a resident here. So essentially, our building is green building. It's STP, and I'm only going to talk mostly about the water because today is Water Day. Although we are doing other things like conserving electricity and other things also, we have done that's for another day. So essentially, we're talking about how we are reusing water, which is essentially the wastewater. We have another thing where we actually collect groundwater replenishment. We have rainwater harvesting system where we collect groundwater to recharge the pits. And the third one is that we are working on it, and that I'm not going to talk about it much, but it's for using the rainwater during monsoon for drinking purposes. So we talked about it. These are the three approaches that we have got, and I'm going to talk specifically about STP right now. So if you see this building, the building essentially, it's a residential building. It's got 108 apartments, each about 3,000 to 3,800 square feet, totally about 3.71 lakh square feet. So that's the size of the apartment. Each are super premium apartments. And the garden area is not very much. It's 25,000 square feet. So this is about 5 years old, and our STP capacity, which was given by the builder, was about 150 KLD, but which is seriously oversized for our apartment. So we had to essentially change the MBBR thing to an EAS type of technology. We spent about 3.5 lakhs collected from the residents to upgrade this particular this one. So this is the water balance, how it works in our apartment. So if you start looking at it, we have roughly freshwater intake of about 65 KLD, and we are reusing about 40 KLD. The net of 105 KLD, some of it does go to drains. There's no option, but 40 KLD is reused out of this. So the most important thing that I want to point out here is that when you talk about flushing and when you talk about flush and garden, there is a dual pipeline system here installed with all the cisterns here, and that ensures that there is no question of cross-contamination of drinking water with this water at all. This is used only for gardening and for this. So that's a very important feature where we are ensuring that everybody's health is maintained well. So that's, I think, very unique to our apartment here. Now, the important thing which I want to show here, the takeaway is very simple. We essentially, this was our per household consumption, which is close to 85,000 liters per quarter per household. And this was the consumption which was happening some time back. Then this was up till Q2021. And then in 2021-22, we actually did commission this STP. We made these changes and commissioned this. After commissioning, I think this is a very important story. You can just see how much it has dropped, and it is dropping continuously because we are finding new ways to reuse the water. So that is the crux of the whole story that I have. The other one thing that we have is we are now wanting to do rainwater collection for domestic water consumption. And while that's an ongoing study, we do have a provision. We do have a provision where we have 2 underground sumps, and there's a total capacity of 150 kiloliters, out of which at least 75 kiloliters is reusable. So I think we are working on this, and that's it. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Giridhar. I think, friends, you saw the graph. The per capita consumption has systematically reduced, primarily because of the less reliance on the usage of the fresh water and replacing the flushing and the gardening requirement with the treated used water, which is a phenomenal, I would say, demonstration of the effort of the building community. In fact, the civil society has come together and introduced and deployed their own resources to bring this change. Thank you very much, Mr. Giridhar. And finally, we have with us Mr. Shekhar Reddy, who was earlier the president of CREDAI, and also he was closely associated with the Indian Green Business Council. And he's going to speak about his own experience on introducing what is called net water neutral buildings and how we can move towards net water neutral situation with a focus on used water. I have seen his buildings. I mean, it's all green. A lot of used water gets recycled in his buildings. Over to you, Mr. Reddy.
Thank you, Chari Garu. Madam, can I get a slide?
Keep it for 3-4 minutes maximum because I'm overshooting the time, sir. Sorry about it.
Madam, can I get the slides? You can straight away go to the 5th slide.
Pujaji, is it possible to put the 5th slide?
Yes, sir. I'm just sharing, sir.
You can skip first 4 slides or 5 slides. 4 slides, 5 slides you can skip. The case study slide you can keep it. So this is my building, commercial building of 40,000 square foot is done according to the IGBC rating guidelines. It's about planned for the 300 people capacity, but occupants are about 248. and this year of establishment is 2017. The STP installed is 20 KLD, and freshwater consumption is 16 KLD. 40% is supplied by the metro water, and other 60% is groundwater. And used water generated is about 16 KLD. The current status of STP is functional, and the cost incurred was in 2017 is 15 lakhs. My O&M cost is about 17,000 rupees per month, and utilization capacity of the STP is about 16 KLD. Reclaimed the capacity of the STP is about 15 KLD. Most of my reclaimed water out of this 31 KLD is about 15 KLD is reclaimed. That I am using both sides of my commercial building. I have erected a framework to raise the creepers. Entire building is both the sides green creepers are there, green plants are there, apart from the regular landscaping on the terrace and at the ground level. So
I
not
don't
only
have a PPT, Rahul. Rahul, I don't have.
no issue, madam, no issue. So I'm fully utilizing. There is a zero discharge from this commercial building. Whatever my treated water is there is sufficient for my landscaping. And one good thing I could able to see is because of the vertical landscaping I've done, the creepers. So my radiation inside the building is very less. My air condition consumption is very less. So that is another advantage apart from the water saving. And also uh, I'm happy to inform you, as like already Charlie Garu told all the audience, that I'm also involved in IGBC. I'm the local chapter IGBC chairman, and I'm very proud to inform you that IGBC started 20 years back. Now it has 31 ratings for different built environment. About 6,000 Green Pro products are certified in the country. About 10,000 projects have registered as a great footprint with the IGBC, crossing about 10 billion square foot. This is the second largest globally. Recently, this is announced by President of India in a function. I'm very happy to announce you again. And of all these 10,000 projects, they are all saving. They all have STP. They are all saving water. They are reusing. And my request to the ministry, the madam, and also Chari Garu and other officials, and also all the commissioners who are on the line. So why should not we? Because IGBC have a 4 rating: platinum, gold, silver, and certification. And silver and platinum certification won't cost much because of the 96% of the building material, green material available in India, which are Green Pro. But let us make this 10 billion into 50 building with 50 billion square feet with near 3-4 years or maximum 10 years. By making mandatory certification level, IGBC certification level, it will not cost a single rupee extra. In fact, it may cost less than the conventional building. We can give a next series. So we can give a case study also to Charigaru. I think this is what my request to all of you.
Thank you, Mr. Reddy. I think the key message for me and for us we need to look at is that often it is perceived that used water treatment and recycling is only at scale, at a big scale. But here is an example of a building wherein with 20 KLD capacity, they are also installed the used water treatment, but also not installed, but also reusing it for various applications to the extent of 16 KLD. This is a phenomenal story of how the used water treatment is introduced in small scale, but also promoting treatment. Now, Pooja ji, what is the protocol? We have exceeded the time. It's my mistake. By 4 minutes I've exceeded. Now we have one speaker
Yes, sir.
who could not join, Mr. Suresh from LNT. He seems he is available on the call. Can we give him before I hand over the mic to Dr. Chaurasia to summarize the whole thing, what he heard and what are the key takeaways? Can we just ask Mr. Suresh to speak about what are the success factors for promoting circularity? But Pooja ji, I don't want to break the protocol. Is it okay to exceed by 5 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes?
Yes,
yes,
sir,
no problem.
definitely, sir. You kept to the time, so we do have a few minutes. So I would request Shri Suresh to kindly take over, sir.
Hope
Mr.
I am
Suresh,
audible.
you can just leave 2-3 messages for us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. First of all, I'm audible, I believe. Can I continue? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll switch off the video for bandwidth issues in case again. Sorry for that. Yeah. So fundamentally, very brief, and we're talking about the critical success factor, the inspiring messages what we heard from the co-panelists. Many of the places it is done well and it is exceeding. Mysore can recover the cost, something phenomenal. When such is possible, there is no look back and say that where is the critical success factor. It's available. Only thing to be, you will be have to take it and implement it. That's where it is. Where I say it is enforcing things is really, really required, be it a legislation, be stopping the extraction of the groundwater. And these are all very critical things. In enforcement is really we are lacking. With my experience and our experience, we are seeing that is not there. Even NGT guidelines are in place. Even major metros still not able to capture, and still they're happy to pay the fine not to get into solving the issues. This is a fact. I mean, but nevertheless, I'm seeing there are really good things are catching up. The entire circularity we are in terms of many solution as a solution provider. As I said earlier, on the supply side, if you see, the non-revenue water is a critical thing. Circularity to be seen as in a whole. And we are losing water, the natural resources, we are losing up to 50%, somewhere 75%, somewhere 25%. We are working with some of the large municipalities to bringing down this to 15%. That's one area where we need to see on the supply side. And somewhere we are seeing the stormwater, the excess stormwater is getting injected back to the ground in some of the countries, some of the places which we are seeing. It's another source we can augment it in the supply part of it. And the recovery part of it, of course, we can recover energy, we can recover better energy with the co-digestion. When I mean co-digestion, there is a solid waste, that municipal waste where it is bio waste can be with sludge, and it can be better power generation is possible. The co-digestion part is best possible, and biosolids recovery as well as fertilizers. And we can be, when the plants can be energy efficient, use renewable energy. This is possible. Optimized operation. Still, we are seeing some of the ULBs coming back saying, dictating, say that you put 100 people to run the plant. We are seeing today it should be without manpower. Some of the plants we have established, it can be autonomous. Means minimal manpower is possible. The technology has to come into the fray and help the ULBs so that the scarce resource of manpower can be reduced. And the recovery of resources, I've already talked about it. And the restoring part of it and reuse is coming from there. Reuse is no more. For me, it is not an aspirational, it's an imperative. You have to. Critical today. It's not an aspirational thing. Many will be thinks it's an aspirational to go for. It's an imperative today. That's what the enforcement come into the picture. And restoration of some of the degraded land, the watersheds to be recharged, that is possible. We are seeing that. And aquifers to be recharged. This all is happening. It can be done, and there are solutions available. And coming back to some of the other critical factors, if you see, the major one is funding. When we see that, especially reuse part of it, we have not even covered the treatment part of it. As a country, the gap is wider. And getting into that, completely getting into reuse circularity, there are funding constraints on there. And it cannot be funded. Public funding alone will not suffice. There can be an enabling condition. What we are seeing, it can be, and is essential to, so that the private parties are coming in and participating. We are part of. We are globally, there is a funding called the Climate Finance Leadership Initiative. L&T and Tata in India leading it, where we have approached many ULBs. There are bankers. Senior, topmost bankers of the domestic as well as international would like to take a dialogue and fund the projects that can be explored by the ULBs. ULBs, if there is a will, there is a way. What we are seeing today, and it should be market centric. They can see the resource value. There are people who are selling this in a very high value in some of the markets. So there is a value potential is there. The potential should be unlocked. There is a clear message that there is a possibility. There are people waiting to have certain kind of relaxation in this environment in terms of funding pattern. People are available to do
Mr.
that.
Suresh, you need to wrap it up. Thank you.
Another 1 minute,
Yes.
sir, 2 minutes max.
Yeah.
And new STPs, whatever is coming up, we are seeing it is not even coming up with the tertiary treatment requirements. It's still with the secondary. It should be with the tertiary treatment. Naturally, we recover it to the extent possible, take it to at least irrigation purposes or horticultural purposes. That should be the thing. And the national framework side, the critical factors we are seeing, still it is talking about insisting on non-potable uses. It should be driven for potable, direct potable or indirect potable. That should be dictated, and it should be part of the guidelines we need to do. Technology part, invest in R&D, and there are technology. There is no startup technology today in India, but many things are taken and adopted, and we are seeing there are a lot more to be done in this aspect. L&D has set up the world's one of the best technology center in Chennai. I invite all the co-panelists and yourselves. You can anytime you can come to Chennai. We'll take you through the facility what we have that will help us. And use of technology over and above the digital tools, the artificial machine learning, which is helping the plant to be autonomous, reducing the manpower. I think with
Thank you.
I stop at this point, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I think Mr. Suresh made some very, very valuable points as a summary. One is that he said the critical success factors are already there. Why are we actually waiting? We have framework in the name of SBM 2.0 and other schemes. We have funding coming in. And we also have a new type of financing, both public-private partnership, as Mr. Vishwajit mentioned, as well as climate finance, as Mr. Suresh said. So they are willing to work to bridge the financial gaps, if any. So I think by and large, we have the framework in place. We have all the, I would say, right elements in place. What is required is a leadership, and what is required is a bit of inspiration from all of us to replicate and share these experiences, and then try to take it in an accelerated way. And that's the intention of the World Water Week, World Water Day of 2023. I think I personally learned a lot, and my apologies again to JS as well as to the director and all the, especially Poojaji for putting it through once in a while the difficulty. I now request Dr. Chaurasia to give his concluding remarks, and you have seen, sir, from a state perspective, city perspective, a community perspective, and a building perspective. So a lot of acceleration is happening. Now your views and perceptions and closing remarks. Over to you.
Thank you, Professor Chari. Thank you very much for thank you very much for very ably moderating and bringing in between through your intervention the clarity that is needed, so that linkage is always there. And I'm really sure that this webinar on used water management on these smaller towns that is organized on a very, very auspicious day. Earlier it was scheduled for yesterday, but JS ma'am shifted it for today. And you see the coincidence that today is not only World Water Day, but also Vikram Sambat first day and also Navratri first day. And there we are making such type of solid beginning towards robust sanitation, which will lead us to developed India. I think all states, all viewers who have been seeing, they will be definitely very, very benefited, and the clarity will be there that tomorrow where we have to go. We are not telling anybody that you jump and come to the same level. These states and presentation, they have been working for last 10 years, 15 years in this area in a planned manner with vision. But there is a time, those who have not thought about, those who have not made concrete vision, from the learning they should start, and in between whatever the temporary measures or intermediate measures are required, that is always there. That should go hand to hand. But ultimately aiding towards, when we are leading to the journey, we must select, and approach should be such that no asset is become wasteful, and these all aided and become cost effective and help to this. So coming to this today's this webinar, in all total 16 presentations were made, all very useful, from state to city to even that town, state, city, and even that ULB level, and this individual building level also. JS ma'am at the outset very ably she set the government priority, that is getting water plus 50%, 100% ODF plus, then sustainability, waste to wealth, and also circularity. These things, government of India, whatever the vision that is going, I hope states will be realizing, because this is the way for sustaining our population, our economy in a circular economy. May shortcuts will be giving maybe a little bit benefit, but later on again it will cost more, put more confusion, and we have to do all these things. So thanks ma'am for setting context. And after that this R.K. Srinivasan ji, he very ably about the integrated approach for used water management and water challenges that is there that has to be overcome. So that is setting context that in smaller towns, these challenges, if you started at early level, it will ease out all the problem. Today, if you go in the any workshop, any intellectual, any especially administrators, they are very much seized with this used water management in this robust fashion that network takes a lot of time, STP takes a lot of time. These things is not the problem of technology and this approach. The problem is properly it was not administered. Whatever bottlenecks come, that was not properly handled and sorted out. Like we could see in case of Khiladi infrastructure, they mentioned that all even 4-5 players were there. They come together and they were resolving these things and there was freedom. This is the speed required for doing these things on scale. Otherwise, I have seen many projects, even under Jananwaram, we sanctioned one project for Varanasi, it was 233 crore. Because of various reasons, it became 550 crore. Sometimes land problem, sometimes some other issue. These things, administration, engineers, contractor, all these and even public, they have to be on the board. Right information should flow to them and these things should have come for delivering goods. And once we deliver, this is going to help a lot in economic terms also, our sustainability, our strength and everything. But these things, unless and for this proper empowerment also, I find in form of capacity, knowledge flow, this is very, very important. So that was from Srinivasan ji. Then सैलन सिंह जी, इसमें कुछ मेंशन करने की जरूरत नहीं है. इट इज सो वंडरफुल दैट व्हाट एवर वी आर ड्रीमिंग एट गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, they are already there. So we can say that 20 years ahead, what we are now planning, they are already there. Vision is at least already there, what we are planning. So at least developed India will become with developed states. Let 1, 2, 3, 4 come adding together in next 5 years, 10 years, India will become developed as far as sanitation is concerned. Same is the case of Gujarat. It is very heartening and 1, 2 good examples were also there that they are giving O&M also fixed that it should perform. Apart from that, the house connection has been one thing which is paining at many places and there are no models and there is confusion whether we should collect money and give connection. In that case, hundreds of crore of this sewer network, other things are laid, but people because of few thousand they don't connect, keep on polluting environment. So our purpose is defeated. So new models are coming, like in case of Gujarat, they are giving 7,000 per family, means 1,500 or 1,200 per person, that is for connection. But there are other cases we could see in case of Bhopal, another alternative method come. Similar many methods are there. Only approach has to be set out and accordingly things have to move. I think my battery is getting low, but just okay. Apart from that, this case of implementation, SS Khiladi, this infrastructure private limited, they shown the way that how it can be done at a very, very faster way. So that is the example and it will allay any sort of apprehension that there is a problem in doing this. Only today or tomorrow we have to be disciplined and we have to work in discipline for all our benefit. And this is the only solution, in fact, I find in long term in a robust manner worldwide anywhere if you see that. So those things, whatever challenges are there, we have to overcome. Then in case of Satyajit Rauji, he mentioned about that recycle, reuse and getting revenue in case of Nagpur and Chandrapur. That is also one aspect. In case of maybe Haryana, we see agricultural belt, all is mostly going to agriculture. But in this case, it is going to industry. So these all examples and the structure of this, I will say, webinar is such that it is addressing all the requirement and all examples are put here. I think states will be benefited. In case of Suresh ji already from L&T Suresh already Chariji mentioned that the critical points of circularity, so that is good thing. Apart from that, in various cities like Bhopal, Baramati, it is a small town. It was a very heartening to listen that how they have planned and they are utilizing. What I'm telling that there are similar example and similarity. Any state, any city can find similar examples and they do. It is not that somebody in Karnataka they follow Baramati or somebody in Karnataka follow even that Haryana. Whatever is suitable you follow, but robustness should not be compromised, vision should not be compromised, incrementally implementation should be there, and in between whatever immediate requirements are there, that should be taken care. Similar example we have seen in case of Tirupati, Navi Mumbai, another very alternating thing that they have reached the limit. I think after 40 some septic tanks, once it is removed, I think it will be a rare city in the country having 100% sewer network fully connected, recycle use. So great examples are available in country. We need not to look outside from the country. Even I feel these our examples. Some point of time we should market to outer world during this G20, so that uh, they are benefited and it will give good name to country. Similarly, these examples of colonies and other, they are all excellent. And what we have been thinking that this dual pipe system and other things, see, I am very much advocate and always I advocate to all states, you blindly follow the approach of Swachh Bharat mission. Why I am telling? Because there whatever can be done at household level, do that. Whatever can be done at community level, do that. Whatever can be done at decentralized level, do that. Whatever can be done at city level, do that. This sort of approach, unless you follow, but robustness should not be compromised, I think we will be able to win. And the biggest key is that we have to involve our people, SHG, without their involving and their contribution and even personal hygiene or even reducing water consumption, recycle and reuse at household level, we won't be able to really reach to the developed India that goal. So I think this is a very, very robust beginning. I congratulate ma'am that she selected this topic on her own, though we were nowhere thinking, only we are busy in many other things. So very short 2-3 days duration pe this has been done, and I think it is a very, very grand success. Personally, being from used water management sector, I'm extremely delighted and happy that a right message is going to the country. And with these words, I would like to thank JS ma'am, Srinivasan ji, Chari ji especially. He kept this discussion very, very lively. And all municipal commissioners, they take out their time, presented in a very crisp manner, and it will be going a lot of positivity in the country. Apart from that, private partners, they come. Their session was kept here with a purpose. Now they have been working in larger cities and lot of experience and things are there. Hitherto smaller towns were not in the picture, but now we want to see, because of capacity constraint and expertise constraint, how the larger player they can plan and come out and suggest a model that will be suitable and economical to them also in a smaller town. It will not only show way but set a standard for very, very small player to compete with that, and also it will give a boost and speed to that. So I welcome you all. We will be holding separate meetings with private players for capacity building and how they can come and do that. With this, I come to end, and I thank SBM team, whole SBM team, CPHO team, PMU, especially Pooja and Vijaya. They have been doing throughout the day, even night also. I see some of the things she is making 2 a.m. in the night and other thing. So that is a great thing. And of course, this whole IT team, WAS IT team. So thank you very much, everybody. And I again wish a very happy World Water Day and happy Navratri and happy New Summer Day. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. With this, we would be concluding the meeting. Thank you all for joining. Thank you.